Check it out. I've got this Batman keychain bat signal. Ah. Okay, so I recently checked out 4 more graphic novels from my local library. First one is Suicide Squad, Volume 1, Kicked in the Teeth. Of course, there's Harley Quinn on the cover. I think I prefer Suicide Squad in comic book form. I didn't really like the movie that much. I mean, it was okay. It was a good first attempt at a Suicide Squad movie. But overall, I prefer comic book version. So I look forward to reading this. Next one I got is Miss Marvel. And I believe this is Volume 1. And then, of course, I also got Volume 2. I've yet to read anything about Miss Marvel, but I've heard some pretty good stuff. Just drop some other. And the fourth one I checked out is Inhuman. Yeah, the Inhuman graphic novel. I don't really know much about this, except that it's supposed to be pretty good. So yeah. So that's all the graphic novels I recently checked out. Look forward to reading all of them. Yeah, let me know if you read any of these or familiar with any of these too. So my absolute favorite hero or superhero is definitely Batman. Batman, definitely. Even though I know Batman doesn't technically have any superpowers or abilities, but I mean, he is a pretty smart guy. He also has access to a lot of technology, which makes him seem very powerful. And he also has access to a very fat bank account. So, I mean, hey, him and the way I say it, him and Iron Man have a lot in common. Bruce Wayne and Tony Stark have a lot in common. And I don't know if it was intentionally done that way, because I'm not even sure if Batman was created way before. I think so. I don't know. I might be mistaken. If any of you know, let me know. But I'm somewhat positive that Batman was created way before Iron Man. So if that's the case, then that would mean that Iron Man is Marvel's version. Well, I mean, obviously, but Marvel's copycat version of Batman. I don't know. That's what I think. I think it's possible. So yeah, Batman definitely. I feel like the movie Batman vs. Superman got an unfair rap. I don't know why so many people didn't like it. Like they wanted. That's the thing I don't like about, I mean, I like that so many of these superhero movies are being made, and all these movies that are adapted from various comic books and graphic novels. I like that. But at the same time, they either condense the story too much, or they try to put way too much into the story. But either way, I feel like if you're a big comic book fan, if you're a fan of comic books at all, then it should be awesome. It should be great to, go to the movie theater and then see some of your favorite superheroes, comic book characters / superheroes up on the big screen. dueling it out, fighting and saving the world, and all that good stuff that superheroes usually do. But it still surprises me that people will tend to be so critical of superhero movie. Like I remember some of the bad reviews I read in the first couple of weeks when Batman vs Superman first came out. There were actually some critics that said that it's too unrealistic, and I was like, really? That's what you're complaining about? That it's unrealistic? What the hell is supposed to be realistic about a guy from another planet crash lands on our planet as an infant, and he's raised by some farmers, and he grows up and he exhibits all these superhuman abilities, and how the hell is that realistic to begin with? I mean, and that's why I say, if you're not into comic books, hey, that's cool, that's great. To each his own. But if you're not into comic books or superhero stuff at all, don't go see these movies. It's it's as simple as that. That's what I feel. And I'm not saying that everybody doesn't deserve to see these movies, because I do feel like everybody should. And not only that, we're all free to make our own choices. But at the same time, I feel like, mostly to the critics, the critics. But then I happen to believe that a vast majority of paid movie critics, they get paid to slander a movie, or they get paid to overhype a movie. It's a corrupt industry, just like a lot of other things in our reality. It too is corrupt, and I mean that's how I feel pretty much. But I mean, I thoroughly liked Batman vs Superman. I also liked the previous Man of Steel movie before that. I actually liked Ben Affleck as Batman. I think he did a hell of a job. You can't compare him to previous Batmans. Yeah, I don't know. I will say I did not like Civil War, Marvel's Civil War, or rather Captain America Civil War. I really didn't like that movie. I mean, there's only that one awesome airport fight scene, which wasn't even really a fight scene because they weren't looking to really hurt each other to begin with. But yeah, I didn't like Civil War. But then I've always preferred DC Comics over Marvel. I will say I think pretty much the only thing I like about Marvel is X-Men. I like all the X-Men movies. I definitely liked X-Men Apocalypse. Yeah, I like that it was set in the 80s. Well, mostly because I later on I found out that they're following like a certain timeline, I guess. So the next X-Men movie will be set in the 1990s, and I can't wait to see that, because that's, for me, that's the decade that I grew up in, because I was born in the 80s, raised in the 90s. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, ultimately, I'm a DC Comics fan. I don't know if any of you feel the same way. Let me know if you're a DC Comics fan or a Marvel fan, which do you prefer, or if you just like both, or maybe you like some other comic series like Dark Horse or IDW or manga. I mean, I don't know. I've yet to really get into any kind of manga or manga. I'm not even sure how you pronounce it. I barely got back into watching anime. Yeah, in fact, recently I've been watching this one X-Men anime version of the X-Men, an animated, obviously, anime. It was pretty intense. Yeah, they really amped up I guess you say the emotional value of it. But I guess that's how a lot of anime is. I don't know. So I guess that'll do it for this Vlogmas. Vlogmas Day 9. Yeah. Which, by the way, before I go, if you happen to have any good anime recommendations, definitely let me know. Let me know down below in the comment section. And, of course, don't be afraid to follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Check out my Facebook page. My blogs, too. All that other good stuff. All the links are down below. And, yeah. Again, that'll do it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I do appreciate everybody who's subscribed so far. I don't know if I mentioned recently, but yeah, once I get to 100 subscribers, I will have some kind of pretty cool giveaway thing going on, so yeah, that'll do it. Until next time, keep it real, keep on rocking. Peace.